Alright, this video is on black churches and white churches. When I was in Washington State in the 90s, I went to a Foursquare church, and it was mostly black folks. I lived smack dab in the middle of a minority neighborhood in Tacoma, Washington. And I loved going to church. I loved the atmosphere and I loved the people. But my dad got drunk and beat me up a few times over an F in PE. How stupid. Other than that F in PE, I got straight A's. So I went to Chapel, Nebraska, and I went to the Chapel Assembly of God. And it was culture shock. I didn't know shit about white folk. And my first day in that church, I realized that there were KKK members that were members of the congregation. Look up Chapel, Chappell, KKK, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Nebraska's largest collection of KKK memorabilia was found in where? The attic of the county prosecutor's office. Lovely, right? I was bullied to the point that I was actually attempting suicide. Bullied by the police. Bullied by people who pretended to be my friends once. Am I my brother's keeper? I certainly am. We don't live on planet Solo. A lot of people keep telling me about how they did it all themselves. They've been with somebody their entire life, never been without a relationship. When they break up with a dude, they've already got another one lined up. And these people tell me they know what it's like. No, you don't. I have seen racism on so many different levels, and I get to hear about how black people can't be racist. Well, with all due respect, I grew up in the system and I know different. Know different. Now then there's the sexism that goes along with the racism. Like women can't be sexist and minorities can't be racist, right? I was beaten up for the color of my skin more than any minority I've ever met. Because I grew up in the system. Girls are mean. All of them? No. Of course not. But if you don't do what a vindictive woman wants, she will twist and contort and destroy your life for entertainment. When somebody's suicidal, you call the cops and they drag them off to a nuthatch and inject them with drugs. That's not what someone who's suicidal needs. They have actual reasons for being suicidal. Maybe it's loneliness. Maybe it's financial problems. So, let's say they're $600 short on rent. They're going to lose everything that they busted their ass for their entire life. And what do? You lock them up in an institution for a week. They're $600 short of rent. And you're going to spend how much taxpayers' dollars? About $1,000 a day. That's $7,000 for them to be locked up in an institution because they're suicidal over the money that they don't have and the fact that they're going to lose everything. And while they're stuck in there, because their loved ones, don't give a shit enough to find out what's going on, they lose everything anyway. And then they get out and they commit suicide. When somebody's talking to you about being suicidal, they're trying to get your help. But every time you talk over them, you show them you don't care. How they feel doesn't matter. What matters is how you want them to feel. That shows how selfish you are. I speak out for a reason. I'm not going to feel ashamed for the things that I've done in the last 2 years because I did them out of desperation. Hundreds of people lied to me outright. Yeah, Sean, I'll help you. And then I get there and it's all about them. And I have to stop and make it all about them too. I need their help, but I'm not getting their help. And now I'm helping them by listening to them for hours and hours and hours and hours every day. Life ain't what it seems. And then there's the idea that because of somebody's age, it must be okay to bully them on the internet or in real life. Because of their gender, it must be okay. Because of the way that they look, it must be okay. We got kids in the United States being bullied by teachers to the point that they're committing suicide. You say, hey, if you got a problem, go to the police, or go to a teacher, or go to your parents. Then you go to the police and they blow you off. You go to a teacher, they blow you off. You go to your parents, they blow you off. Or even worse, they take part in the bullying. You're damn right I'm going to speak out. I don't want nothing to do with your God. If your God says it's okay because of someone's age, because of their gender, because of their skin color, they must deserve it, you are out your damn mind. Black people can't be racist? Bullshit. When I was growing up in the system, I wasn't beaten up for having an attitude problem. I wasn't beaten up for making racial statements or racial slurs. I was beaten up because I was white, called honky and cracker, and ganged up on, sometimes 5 or more on one, because I'm white. Ganged up on by women and their boyfriends or husbands or their druggy friends because I didn't do what they wanted. Like with Lana Ingeline. I didn't want to have sex with her and I don't. I still don't. I'm not interested in having sex with that woman. But because I didn't. She didn't want to understand about Natalie or how I was feeling or the things that people were putting me through. What she cared about is that she was rejected and she was going to get her fucking revenge. Fuck the police. As far as Christians go, Christians are the reason that I don't go to church. Christians are the reason that I don't believe in a God. Christians going around treating people in a fashion that they don't want to be treated in, but it's okay. It's okay because these people are a different religion, a different skin color, a different gender. They're not the right age to be bullied. Oh, well, you know, you're over 18 now, so your disabilities just magically went away. And you're just making excuses. And it's okay for me to bully you. It's okay for me to blow you off and to treat you like trash. It's okay for me to say things like, oh, well, you're not suicidal, otherwise you'd have killed yourself already. That shows what a shitty excuse for a human being you are, Brandon Jepson. And Stephen McMillian. The things that I've had to endure over the last 3 years, 4 years, at the hands of the police are fucking disgusting.